I got a question. You made a face when I said obedience. So let me ask you guys. When you hear the word obedience and submission, what do you think about? Like, what comes to your mind?
I think God.
My
Submit
father.
to the will of God and God only. That's it.
Who's God?
Okay, so what God? Like
Yeah, who's
a
God?
Christian God, Muslim God? What God do you mean?
So
Base God?
everybody has their own idea of God.
Correct.
So
No. What's your idea of God?
like my
Is
idea,
it Christ? Is it Allah?
No. So I believe in God as like a universal being, like a spirit in a spiritual sense, like a spirit. I don't believe in God as like a person or a man in that sense. Like I believe in God as in like you don't have to be a Buddhist, you don't have to be a Christian, you don't have to be Muslim to actually inherit the kingdom of God. Like I don't believe in that.
Okay, so you're saying that you would only submit to God. You would not submit to a man.
Absolutely.
Okay.
What is your direct question?
What comes to your mind when you hear the word obedience and submit?
Oh yeah, my father. I think of like a dad or something of that magnitude. When I think of my husband, because I feel like that's something that it needs to be said. So in a marriage, it's like, how can I say it? It's like I live on Saturn and you live on Pluto, and we decide we want to get married and start a life together. So it's a decision of, am I going to jump on your planet or are you going to jump on your planet? But there's going to be a leap of faith.
I have a question.
Yes.
So what are...
I didn't even finish, but go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. Sorry.
Because now I think I lost it, but what did you want to say?
So what is your husband's responsibility to you? Like just for your...
he's the center of my world. He's everything to me.
But what as him as your husband?
Let's just say, is your husband essentially your father?
Is he my father?
Like, so your father had roles of protecting and providing for you and wanting the best from you?
Which he lacked. So I think in the light of me admitting to have had daddy issues, I look at my husband as being more of a partner, and like we're walking through life hand in hand. But there are most certainly days where I'll have a conversation with him and it's like, well, how you feeling? And it's like, I'm at a good 20, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna eat this 80 for you. And then, it might be a day where I'm like, I'm at like 10. I'm at 10 and he's gonna eat the 90.
Yeah, but you don't look at it as like equal though.
I think there are some things that can be equalized in a marriage. But if I had to like I'm never gonna sit here and tell you guys that I'm gonna put I'm not going to pedestalize my marriage. I'm not going to say that there needs to be one person that's at the forefront, because when you see him, you see me, and vice versa. So I
think what Ease was trying to get at was, because she asked the question, what comes to mind when you hear obedience and submission? You said your father.
Yeah.
Ease asked the question. He's basically, since you're a married woman, he's saying that, traditionally speaking, and also that relationship dynamic that the father played, the father is handing his daughter off to a man that can basically fill his role. So essentially that the husband is the new father role, right? He is
definitely gonna exhume some of those characteristics.
Right. So then the question is,
100%.
Then the question is, since you view obedience and submission as like your father or a father, do you view obedience and submission as your husband?
In some ways, yes.
Okay.
I will.
Fair enough.
I have no problem with saying I submit to my husband in some way, shape, or form.
And that's what Natalie...
It's not in a traditional way as you guys see.
And that's what Natalie meant when she said, be obedient to your husband. Basically,
it was how she got to that point where it was like this pre-submission thing. I
got it. Here's how we can make a clear distinction of this. In your marriage, who has the final say?
Well, about what?
So,
because I think in a marriage, I think what needs to be understood is that it's a constant compromise. It's not, it's my way or the highway. That's not now.
So if it's the case that a compromise cannot happen, meaning that it's just something, it's hypothetical, right? So hypothetically speaking, I just want to know how you view your relationship. It's not about anything that ever happened in a relationship, but how you view it, how you view your marriage. So if it's the case that a compromise cannot happen, there's a disagreement, you're not agreeing on this situation and he's not budging at all. He is not willing to agree. Well, in order for the relationship to go on, someone has to
Be the tiebreaker.
cave in. Someone has to say, you know what, we'll go with what you want to do. My question is, would that be you or would that be your husband? Who's going to be the one that's going to break and have that, give the final say?
That's an open-ended question because I'll bend, but I won't fold. And it's the same with him. He'll bend, but he won't fold.
Do you view yourself as the type of woman that loves and respects and admires her man and trusts her man that you would yield the authority and the final decision to your man to move past this thing that we can't compromise about? Do you view yourself like that or no?
I mean, yield is a much better word.
It's all about words.
Yeah, for me it is. It's about the language because when you're speaking about something that you're not necessarily in, like a marriage, you want to make sure you're speaking the right information, especially to an audience so big, because a marriage is a constant. It's not, I don't want to call it a job, but it is work.
It's a duty.
You're
it's a duty for sure.
Right?
Okay.
And with, this word of duty also.
Okay, so if you're thinking about that, right, we can use that analogy. If it's like work, if it's like a job, things like that, then is your man the manager? The manager has the final say.
So, I'm going to break it down more of,
okay, she trying.
There's an executive chef and there's a sous chef, and, our roles interchange. There will be times where he will be executing and I will be following behind him. And then there will be times where I'm sweeping the floor and he's coming behind me with the mop.
Okay, so here's what I want to say. If it's the case that the woman is the one that has the final say and the man is yielding, right? And he's giving the woman the authority, well, she's the leader in the relationship.
Well, I think it's more complicated than that. I think that if we just look at on a worldwide basis, there are more women leading in the highest positions that exist than there are males.
No, it's not.
In this country, there's more female presidents than there are male presidents, and that is 100% a fact. And I'm
you
talking
said
about
more
worldwide.
Female presidents than there are male presidents.
Yes, worldwide, correct.
Worldwide?
Yes.
That's a lot.
Okay. Well, I will stand on that, 10 toes down.
Okay. Dan, you want to go ahead and Google that and we can bring it up? Because I'm thinking about Africa, which is their very patriarchal continent with a lot of countries.
52, I think, to be exact.
I think that and you could be right. This could be with the indoctrination of feminism.
Right.
I won't be surprised. But Google that real quick, Dan. Turn off that light. Thanks. It's on
But what
censor.
I was trying to lead to is that there has been historically a lot of female leaders and led empires and led armies through wars and things like that, and she still had a husband, right?
Dan, just go to Google. You're on Yahoo.
Google. I got it up. You saw it though, you saw it on the screen.
I saw it.
Okay, what does it say?
It says there are more men presidents than women presidents.
Okay, pull it up. Thanks.
Back to you.
And as of when?
All right, so this gives the proof that there are more male presidents than there are female presidents, and you can put it on a big screen. Dan, you can make it big so they can just see it.
He said, "I'm right."
All right, there we go. All right, so that's the proof.
Okay.
Now you can stop sharing that.
Okay.
I knew I was right. I'm usually always right. But anyways, what was the example you was going to make? I'm sorry, go ahead.
It wasn't an example. The point that I was going to make is that I think sometimes we get stuck with this ideal of there needs to be a leader and what that leader usually looks like. And we always try to kind of put the face of a male on that when, like I said, historically, even now, there are women who have literally led like I said, men through wars who have been leaders of empires, just like there were males, and they've always had a significant other. So how would you have imagined, I don't know who's the popular, Cleopatra, if she was a queen for as long as they say, and when she was her significant other or spouse, what do you think they were doing? Envying her or supporting her through her leadership?
So do you believe the husband is the man of the household or no?
Well, yeah, they most certainly can be the man. They are. I mean, they're the only man there until you start having kids.
Okay, so real quick on your history thing, I don't think that. So you're saying that there's been like currently right now with the indoctrination of feminism and stuff like that, and the movement towards egalitarianism, which is the idea that men and women are equal. I think that currently right now, this is why you're seeing some countries having some women presidents. But we just Googled it and Google proved me right that there are more male presidents than there are female presidents. But then you went to history in the past. I would say in the past, it was even more patriarchal than it is right now. Like currently right now, it's a little bit more matriarchal. There's more women in leadership positions only because men give women rights to be in those positions. But in the past, it was very patriarchal where men weren't giving women any type of rights like that. So what history are you pointing to?
I don't think that it was necessary. Like this idea of rights. I mean, yeah, that's very that's a very political word. But there have been known queens that have led. I mean, look at Queen Elizabeth just perished. She had a husband. Now he's the king. So my point is that there's been in the past and in most history, it doesn't matter where, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, she only became a queen because she was married to the king, but then the king died, and this is why she's the queen. Like she didn't actually like accomplish and earn that position on her own without a king. And it's always
she inherited it. It wasn't because you said right, so she had the right to that throne because her father died.
Yeah, but only because men allowed her that position. Men gave her that position. Like she couldn't take.
Have gone to. She was the natural heir.
Even if she's the natural heir, but if we're speaking about rights, even if she was the natural heir to the throne, if men didn't want her to be the heir to the throne, then she wouldn't be the heir to the throne.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
I disagree, but they would be. You guys have rules that you set and stuff like that, then they would essentially be breaking their own rules that they put in place.
Well, yeah, that happens all the time. Like men always think about even how America was founded. It was like, oh, well, they fought against, the country in Great Britain and they escaped and they went over here and found America, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Uncovered. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, to make it clear, when you're bringing up history, like past history, I don't think of any time
women in leadership positions even before now, and they also had spouses, which how other kings were born.
But what I'm saying is they were in those leadership positions, and it's more of a privileged position. They actually didn't earn it.
Okay,
that's all I'm saying. Do you agree with that or no?
Could be two truths at the same time. I don't think a lot of men naturally earned a lot of things too. I think a lot of them inherited things as well, if we're speaking in that time period. But yeah, I can't say everything that men have had in their life they earned or didn't gain out of legitimacy.
Well, I see what you're saying now. My point is very simple. When we're speaking about the genders, the sexes, right? Mm-hmm. Men and women, I'm saying that, men are the ones that grant rights. Like rights is just a social construct. It's a construct in the mind, right? But men are the enforcers of rights. They enforce every right that you have. Women, they can only appeal to men to enforce their rights. So like women collectively together, they cannot enforce their own rights, because they don't have the physical capabilities to enforce it like men can. Because if they did say, we have rights, men would come over, conquer them, and they don't have any rights. But men, you get men collectively to come together, strong men, right? They can uphold rights, give women rights, give other men rights, but women can't do the same for themselves and they can't do it for men. So when I'm speaking about rights, this social construct in our mind, in order for it to become reality, is going to be at the helms of men. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So when I say that, when we're speaking about leadership positions, well, it's never truly accomplished like that because men allowed you that leadership position.
Oh.
But also men allowed other men that leadership position though too. You feel what I'm saying? But it's only men that's allowing it, not women. Like women aren't out there just getting this position themselves. No, they're afforded that position by other men.
That's an interesting point of view.
Yeah.
And I'll yield in that.
All right, fair enough.
So if you like that clip and you want to watch more, click right here. But if you want to watch the full episode, click right here.